heart attack. Fast, fatal, hard impact. Past painful scars, in fact, I blast tasteful bars and pass. I back up my actions, fact, don't ask, grab reactions, jacked, attack with every word, then act with class as they hear me snap. I got nothing to lose, cause I fought and felt the bruise. Now I'm not the one confused, call the shots and they produce. I ain't lost, I'm finally loose. Pick a new submerged juice. I need the views to boost me to a new abuse of being used. Everybody wants a piece now. Y'all can rest in peace now. You're dead to me, so peace out. Remember, you're discreet now. Get ready for defeat now.
Alrighty. Hello everybody. This is Kirusho here, and now, before we do begin, let us give a brief little review. In the last part, a few things have happened. We had Izuku Midoriya, who he faced off against a master from the White Lotus. Now, the man, he was a prodigy at waterbending, and Deku and him they fought. The man was very intrigued to fight the Avatar, and Deku, yeah. He was in a serious fight using waterbending for the first time, and he used what he knew from other elements to fill in the gap in his knowledge. Yes, he does know a good portion about waterbending. However, his knowledge will only get him so far against somebody so skilled. Now, Deku, he did what he could, and the man was actually very surprised. He had to actually get serious, and from what Deku can tell, this man was enjoying their fight. However, there was a bit of an accident. Just before their match was ended abruptly, when they were underwater in an ice dome, the man accidentally, in an attempt to try and grab Deku, slashed him across the face with a tendril made of water. And Deku, yeah, it split his face pretty bad, and he started to bleed. Deku, he was angered, and he bloodbended the member of the White Lotus. Now, Deku, he blames it on the Avatar state, but the man, he's still trying to come to terms with what he may have seen, and the White Lotus are very concerned. If Deku does know bloodbending, where could he have learned it from? And who may have taught him the lethal art? And what's more even pressing, how is he able to bloodbend without a full moon? They know it is possible in this day and age. However, it's a lot harder to learn. You can't do that by accident. Or could it just be the Avatar state acting in response to Deku? There was no water nearby the man, from what they understand. It was all frozen. So could it have just been he reached out to try and attack him and pulled the water from his body? That's a lot harder to understand. Now, Deku, he went home. In the White Lotus, currently, they are trying to back away from the situation. And the accident, as it's been referred to as, is going to be left alone. Now, Deku, he would get his wound treated, and he actually is very annoyed. He knows that this is going to end up badly. I mean, it fucking hurts. And getting it healed, yeah, it's going to leave a pretty nasty scar. However, there's just the issue. It runs from a little over the bridge of Deku's nose to the side of his face nearby right by his ear. He's lucky he didn't get slashed in the ear or the eye. I mean, he knows that the guy tried to get his face, or at least his neck, but that's just the problem. This guy's supposed to be a master. Maybe the White Lotus need to reevaluate who the hell they give that title to. Now, Deku, he's sitting there annoyed. And Inko and Hasashi, yeah, they're not too sure what to say. It's the first time they've had their son back in ever. And right now, he's already been attacked by somebody. At least, not on purpose. Now, the four are all sitting quietly. And we actually have Inko who does try to break the awkward silence. So, about that restaurant we were talking about yesterday, do you believe that you'd be up for it, Izuku? Maybe. But it does all depend. What do they serve? A multitude of things. They have much. Though, I'd say if you want to have something a little tougher than a smoothie, we'd have to wait a few days. Or maybe even longer? How long were you two planning to stay? Um, that's hard to say right now, Mom. Is it? You two, you are willing to, if you are willing to, you can stay as long as you like before you head back out. It's just, you do know our concerns. It's a big world out there, Zuko. Are you sure? You've been taking it on well. It's just, we're worried about you. I know that, Mom, I know that. I should be okay, though. I have friends. I have people who can look out for me and I can look out for them. Okay? These friends of yours, are they. They're perfectly fine, Mom. I trust them with my very life if I do need to. Um, what do you mean by that? Izuku's messing around. Our friends back home, they're a lot more playful. I mean, sometimes they bend and train and, well, whenever we've gone out camping, we all do sort of mess around. You know how it is. We're a little reckless sometimes, but we're all okay. Yeah, Koya's right about that. I mean, um, there's a lot that's happened before. I mean, me and this one guy I know, we've actually raced before. You have. Yeah, yeah. It's a lot more dangerous than it sounds, so I'm not gonna get into it and worry you. I do wish to know about this now, actually. Mom, I just said I'm not gonna worry you, okay? Just drop it. Izuku, don't speak to your mother that way. Okay, Dad. Fine. But whenever I tell you I can take care of myself, at least listen to that. Really? Yes. I'm the freaking Avatar. Of course I can take care of myself. I mean, maybe I couldn't take care of myself yesterday, but that's because I didn't expect the man to slash me across the face and actually attack me. Izuku, is there something you have to get off your chest? You know what, Dad? Yes, there is actually. There's a few things. You want to know the first one? The White Lotus. I've known members longer than I've known you. Now, Hisashi has looked directly up at his son. Excuse me? Exactly. You were working overseas. Me and you talked a lot. Me and you said a lot to each other. There was a promise you made to me when I was still a kid. Do you remember it? Mitsuku, what are you? Oh, so you did forget it. You said whenever I was done with training one day that maybe whenever you come back from work, maybe when you come home from overseas, we could spend time together. That was years ago, more than a decade. I spent time in an air nomad temple. Do you want to know what we had? Do you know what we ate? Do you want to know what it was like going to the Southern Water Tribe? Going to the North? Hell, I've been to both. I've traveled the world more than you have whenever I was 7, Dad. I mean, Jesus. Learning Earth in the Earth Kingdom? I lived in a desert. I've lived in a hollowed out room in a fucking air temple under a mountain with nothing more than my own breath to keep me warm and with soup and bread. Izuku, that's not what. The White Lotus didn't have to do that to me. I've spent years of my life being the Avatar. But you wanna know how long I've spent being Izuku? One. You know what? I'm wasting my time talking to you about this. You don't seem to understand. I'm not even here for less than a day. And the White Lotus comes knocking on our fucking door to try and take me back to train. You can understand why, can't you? I see. That's what we feared. You feared? What did you fear exactly? That the White Lotus took a lot. Now, Deku just turns and sees Mom. She's staring down, and she can't make eye contact. And Deku just stared at her face. Before he was going to stand up and turn, telling Koya that he needs to go out for a walk. He'll be back soon. And Koya just sit there. She wants to say something, but these aren't her family matters. These are Deku's. And she's going to turn and tell him that she'll be with him in a minute, and to not get too far. She'll come with him. Please take care of him. I'll look after him, but it's just, you two understand that he's just been under a lot of stress, right? We know. We've had our concerns about this, but yesterday may have pushed him to his breaking point. Yesterday, right. Is there something that you're not telling us, Koya? No. I'm not saying that it's just, I should go catch him before he gets too far. Okay, we'll be back. We'll be back, okay? I'm so sorry. Now, Koya was gonna turn and run, her bolting for the door. And Deku, he is already down the staircase. By the time Koya does reach the staircase, Deku descending the next flight of stairs as Koya does go after him. Now, whenever the two do get down the stairs, Koya does ask him if he's okay. I don't want to talk right now. Okay, but what about Koya? Listen, Deku turning and looking at her. And she actually just won't stop, as Deku has to throw out his hand to stop her from falling forwards and almost into him. You okay? Yes, I'm just... You have to apologize to them. Koya, I can't. I know, but still, you don't... I don't what? Never mind. It's not... I shouldn't be saying anything about it, but don't leave things on a bad note, Izuku. I'm not. They needed to hear that. Honestly. Getting that off my chest felt hard. And it hurt. But I think they needed to hear that. Deku turning and walking, as Koya's going to reach out for his hands. And whenever she does so, she actually does someone take a step forwards. Deku needs to calm down. She knows that he does. And right now, it's not going to be easy. And the two do go for a walk. Now, we actually have somebody over at the White Lotus, who currently, they do want to go through the process of not only reprimanding the man who scarred Deku's face, but also someone reviewing what he may have done and experienced. They're trying to break everything down. The bloodbending incident, the scarring, and exactly if this man should keep the title of a master because of his misstep. Now, a lot of stuff is being thrown around, as well as a lot of information. The Avatar, yeah. There's no real telling what happened down there. The man can try to give his accounts, but they already have the Avatars. So, what can they really do? Who are they supposed to believe? A man who has shown dedication to their order? Or the person their order is, been made to not only protect, but also guide? What can they do here? What is the right decision? Because if they take action against one, they're either favoring the other or being unfair to the other. So what can they do? Now, it's a bit of a conundrum for them. The person who did this, they claim it was a mistake. And while they do want to let this slide, fact was, if the man was just about 3 or 4 inches lower, maybe even just a little bit, he actually could have hit a vein in Deku's neck. And Deku, he could bleed out in seconds, if that was the case. So, this mistake nearly cost the Avatar his life. He's lucky. The man should have been more prepared, more understanding of what to do in the situation. He took a match too seriously, and he may have gotten caught up in the enjoyment of fighting the Avatar. Now, it's all up in the air, and they're just still trying to understand it. However, there actually is a waterbender who is sitting there and thinking about it. Bloodbending. The fact that the Avatar bloodbended this man out of reflex as a way to protect himself, that shows something. That's an advanced art. But they're also curious. Should they take this directly to the Avatar himself? Let him decide what to do? I mean, it is ultimately the best idea they have. But then again, they need to distance themselves for right now. Stay at arm's length. From what this man has also said and talked about, the Avatar, he may not be a fan of the White Lotus. And many people, they are somewhat trying to believe this. He wants to learn the art on his own. And the only people who really want to teach him, they just messed up. Now, we actually do have Deku, who after him and Koya are walking, they do arrive to the beach. And Deku, he does see that the arena has already been destroyed. And the beach is how it was the day before yesterday. Now, Deku, he does sit there as Koya, she is looking out towards the water. And Deku, he does go to pull out his phone. Him going to call her on. Now, we do actually have it at another location, where Haran, he is staying there with his hand up, before reaching down and pulling out his phone to answer it. Yes. Hello, Izuku. I've been expecting your call. Hello, Haran. Is your business done? It's not done, but I want to get away for a few days. There's been a bit of an accident, and my encounter with the White Lotus didn't end well. Did it now? Yeah. I also may have brought up some issues to my mother and father, and both the two are less than happy with what I may have said. I see. Is it good or bad? Right now, it's good for me, but it may have been bad for them to hear. Some critiques, if you do have to believe it. I see. Well, I did inform you to talk to them. However, from what it does sound like, it did not go as successful as you wanted it to. No. Alright. Well then. Would you like to talk and conduct business here? Yes. Yokits told me to call you. He told me you had some business to discuss. Maybe I could calm down for a few days. Get away from them. Speak to you guys. Get it done, and everyone can be on their way. I really don't like the idea of you guys waiting for me. Especially if... No. What? We are not waiting on you. We are discussing, and using the time before we do meet you to gather things in order. Sort them out, and discover much. I see. So, what did you find? Something simple. There is an organization here who they wish to change the status quo. If they are successful here, then perhaps they will be successful in other places. I see. Okay. Well, going back home isn't an option right now. So, I hate to inconvenience you, but tell us where you are. We'll hop on a train and come by. It might take a while, but we'll get there before the end of the day, and We might need to find a place to spend the night. Izuku, where are you exactly? We're at the beach in my hometown. I told you about it before. In Japan? Correct. Well, your hometown. I see. I'll get into contact with our mutual friend. This might take a few minutes. Probably a little bit longer. However, I believe that they will be intrigued to meet you. Um, okay. Just do be aware. If anything strange is going to pop up, it is natural. It is expected. Understand? I do. Now, Deku hangs up the phone, as Koya is going to walk back over, asking him if he's okay. Hmm? Yeah, I'm fine. Her going to sit down and bring her hand up to the other side of Deku's face. Hey, what is it? It's... I don't like seeing you like that. Uh, I'm sorry. I just... I've been thinking about that for a while now. I didn't have a childhood. I mean, no friends. People I could talk to and train with, but all my time spent studying. I mean, what am I supposed to say? Hell, my dad feels like a stranger to me, Koya. And my mom, she doesn't say it, but she knows I'm different. She doesn't understand who I am anymore. I mean, I have a double life. And the life that I was familiar with, I don't even feel comfortable in anymore. I mean, hell, I don't even know what to say. I see. But they're trying to make up for lost time. I know. But if they actually tried, they wouldn't have to. I see why you're mad. I'm more than a little bit mad, Koya. I'm angry. But it's not just anger. It's rage. I mean, honestly, I thought my dad was going to try and stand up and try to confront me on this. Be a bit more aggressive, but honestly, he doesn't seem like that type of guy. I don't know. I thought this was a situation I could just punch my way out of, but I can't. Izuku, do you really want that to be the way you see your father for the first time again in a while? You try to talk to him about issues, but you ended up just knocking his lights out? No, but it shouldn't have to be an option. I understand that. Now, just let's take some time and then we can talk to them again, okay? I told them that I'd take care of you. Look out for you for a minute. But at least let them know that you won't be going home. At least not yet. They'll know that you're staying somewhere else for the moment. They may be angry at you, but they're still going to worry about you. Okay. I'll I'll call in a minute. Or no, a text. They at least they deserve a text. A call, they're going to want to talk to me. Okay. So you do understand. I do. Right. Now, they start to hear a weird sound. And Deku going to turn his head. And he does see it. As the portal does start to open up. Deku jumping to his feet and bringing up his hands. As Koya actually is going to do that as well. Her getting ready. And Deku, him and her do both stand there. As Haran come walking out of the portal. Along with a man that Deku, he doesn't recognize. He's well dressed. And his body is covered in dark energy. It is alright, you two. Haran? But where did you come from? I've met with my mutual associates. And I've asked them to arrange this for the moment. The man who I've been speaking to does wish to meet you, Izuku. In fact, he is waiting for you very far away, and this will be the easiest way to get to him. The easiest way? Yes. He lives hours away. However, here, we'll be there within just a minute. A minute? Wait, is that a portal? Yes. In fact, it is strange. This power is quite rare. Wouldn't you say so, Kirigiri? Yes. Now, Deku just looked directly at the man. He's using a quirk. Okay, this is weird. Izuku, please, come on. Right. Let me just Deku pulling at his phone and sending a text. As him and Koei go to walk over and step through the portal, going into the bar. And whenever they do so, there actually is Shigaraki. He is sitting down. And at the current moment, there actually is a few other people sitting down as well. And Deku, he does look around. Not sure where they are. Huh. So that's him, isn't it? Now, Deku does look over towards the bar stool, seeing Shigaraki, as he is sitting there. Yes, it is. Kirigiri walking around, asking the two if they would like something to drink before they do talk to the master. Oh, um, I guess I'll just have some water then. Yes, I'd like some as well. Now, Kirigiri would go to pour a glass, him asking if they would like some ice. And the two, they do both somewhat go to agree. Him putting some in, as he's going to set down two glasses directly in front of both of them. As he actually is then going to turn and ask if the master would like to introduce himself. Or is he going to be talking through the television? No, that is quite all right. Now, all four will walk out, and Deku and Koye do see him. He looks strange. He has a strange mask covering his face. And, well, his appearance, what Deku feels off of him, it doesn't feel right. Well, you happen to be the Avatar. Yes, I am. And who are you? I am all for one. I do have a proposition for you. And I do believe that you will be quite inclined to take it. Really? Correct. Now, the proposition is very easy, and I will just spill it. This is the League of Villains. We are an organization who wish to change the status quo, and we want to do that by taking out the number one hero. Whenever we do, we want to overthrow society. So you wish to rule Japan? Correct. I don't like that. You do not. You understand who I am, correct? You are the Avatar. However, Avatar, you cannot speak to me about moral high grounds. My friend here, he has explained to me what you have done. Taking life. I do have to say, I'm quite impressed. He has shared that now, has he? Deku turning his head, and looking directly at Haran. And the man has started to explain to Deku. This man has resources and things their organization does not. This will be a necessary evil. He does need to understand that. He understands working with this man might as well be making a deal with the devil. However, if making a deal with the devil will save the world, he will gladly be the one to sell his soul. And Deku does stare at Haran. As all for one, he does step forwards. So, you have many problems, Avatar. You are limited in range of capacity, correct? I am. Then I wish to offer you a bit of a deal. You cannot be in two places at once, can you? No, I can't. Our organization, we have specialized people. People that we do trust, and people that can help us with many things. Now, what if I told you our organization, we can help you immensely. We can allow you to use all of your power and, well, help you fulfill a vendetta that you don't even seem to be aware you have. What? You believe that your life was stolen from you, taken, and, well, you were robbed of much. I've been informed of that by Haran. I see he's been sharing a lot about me. Yes, Avatar. And I do have a proposal. One of our members here can make a copy of you. Exact copy. Down to the very size of your shoe, and the length of your fingers. Even counting the hair on your head. Can he? Yes. He can allow you to make multiple copies of yourself. If he does do this, then you can be in 2 places at once. 3, 4, 5, 6, even 20. You do seem to understand where I am going with this. You want to turn me into a one-man army. I see that you are aware. Correct. Now, I hope that does not disturb you. You want to use me as an army. You do understand that I do have some things against this, correct? I am aware. Good. So, I will have to decline. Avatar, that wasn't the end of our discussion. Now, Deku does get a look at all for one. As Shigaraki, he does get to stand up. Turning and telling Deku, he really should hear out the master, because he is being generous. Who are you? I'm Shigaraki. Now, sit back down and listen. I don't think I will. Haran, maybe I would like to return home. Izuku, that is... Young man, please, for the very moment sit down and understand. I am trying to help better society. Now, you do actually have Kirigiri, who would go to open up a portal, and Deku is going to turn his head, as the Nomu from the USJ would walk out, and Deku is very alarmed, seeing this large beast. What the hell? Deku bringing his hands up, and getting ready to bring out his hand to throw fire. Young man, please calm down. All of one walking over, and bringing his hand directly up onto the Nomu's arm. This thing here is a Nomu. What is it, though? I'm glad you asked. This thing is quite simple. It has been created for a purpose, and it is the product of one simple little thing. And that would be... Have you heard the term quark singularity? I have. Then you are aware. In this world, there are benders, there are non-benders, there are quirkless, and there are the people who have quirks. I've heard about it before, yes? Good. Then you know exactly what I am going to be referring to with this. Quark singularity, it is a phenomenon that will kill a lot of people and the next coming generations. What? Yes, the Nomu is proof of it. Incredibly strong, incredibly durable, shock resistant, and, well, nearly impossible regeneration. It can regenerate most of its body in seconds. Now, do you want to know what this creature used to be? Human. It has all these powers. Just one of these powers is enough for one human body. But 2 and 3, things start to get bad for human bodies. Eventually, over time, they can start to break down. And with the level of power the Nomu has, well, it needs the regeneration. Along with it, it had to be modified, just to keep from turning to dust. Do you understand? So, what you're saying is, what I'm saying is, this could kill humanity before the spirits do. Now, Deku, he's shocked. And Karagiri, he does get to set down some information, informing Deku that this is from their doctor. It is research conducted by him, and it should be Deku's proof. And Deku, he does just want to sit there, holding this file. Does he open it up and look? Is this really true? Quark singularity is real. Yes, you can open it up, check the data, look at the work, even take it to another doctor, and discuss. I know that you have people trusted within your organization, but if I take it to them, how do I know I'm not being tricked? How do I know Haran hasn't already told somebody to agree with him, or agree with you? You don't. Which is why we can open up a portal, and you can take it to a doctor. But if you do, think about what could happen. The doctor will find out that Quark singularity is a very real possibility for the future. He can find out that his kids may die in 20 years, or 40, or 30. This is a timer humanity has been set on, and nobody knows exactly how long the fuse will last. Now, very real chance is the spirits will kill us before that happens. Or, the spirits will come and pick away at what's left of humanity. The people who rise from the crumbled society. And I don't know about you, but the idea of trying to get back on my feet and rebuild, only to be hunted down by wild beasts that I don't even understand, nor start to even begin to comprehend, doesn't sound very nice or good. Trust me, young Avatar, I have done much in my life. I have lived longer than you have, in your current body. So please, do understand I have no reason to lie to you. I am trying to take over to save people. Now, if you can believe me and understand, do know, my offer does still stand. Help you get revenge against the White Lotus, and you help us with our goal. We want to attack the UA Academy, the prestigious college that they wish to train future generations of heroes. Their programs, they are very advanced. We are not wishing for you to infiltrate. We simply wish for you to be there. Help us take out many heroes in the making. Help us send our message, and we will help you. You will help me or you'll help Haran. We will help you. You want to burn the White Lotus, do you not? How about that? No. They're just gonna look at Koya. And Koya does just sit there. This is kind of messed up, but she can't argue with this. I mean, Quark singularity? She's heard mention of that before, but she thought it was a myth. And it's real? Vatu Rava. Deku turning. I need help. My. I do have to say, this man, he is telling the truth. He is? Yes. However, Izuku, please, listen. You are going to take out people who wish to do better for the world, do selfless acts and deeds. Do you really believe that you can continue down this way? The White Lotus, you are angry, but please understand. Vatu. Yes. You said that he's telling the truth. Correct, he is. How do you know? Because he has much experience in life. I can sense it. His energy. It's older. He's lived long. He has no reason to lie. I also do sense his power. He has much of it. He may have conversed with spirits, but I don't have any way to verify this. Ask him. Speak to him. Bless this creature. I do not sense anything within it. No higher thoughts nor brain functions. Now, Deku, he's been annoyed. And he actually does get a turn, asking All For One if he can fulfill his vendetta first. Of course. It is only right. Now, please come with me. There is much to begin to discuss. And if you help me out, then I believe that I can give you a reward. No. 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 Actually, what can you give me? I see. There it is. You are the Avatar, but you are yourself. A human, a man, and you wish for something. You seek it. I can give you what you desire. Now, tell me, Avatar, what do you want? Do you want a power? Do you want strength? Do you want something new? Something to add to your arsenal? I understand you can bend anything. But is there something you do desire? A power you wish to have other than your own? There's something I do want, yes. Now, Koida stared at Deku, and she's wondering what Deku might ask for. She can't really argue with this. I mean, the data, quirk singularity, and what these people want to do. Okay, so they're doing something for the right reason, but all these bad things, they're just so hard to understand. Now, Deku, he does talk to the League of Villains, and All For One. And right now, he does need to get certain things prepared. Because he wants to go to the White Lotus and see exactly how he can mess things up for them. Now, with that being said, I do hope you guys enjoyed, and have an amazing day. I'll catch you guys on the next part.